Welcome back to another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime, the Frostmaiden. Our adventurers have made their way to Tourmaline, not not before confronting the Torgs in Goodmead and getting really angry with them, and then leaving. That's what happened, and you guys are
and then walk away.
Breaths, cleansing breaths.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Following this, the tale Earl had about a power source hidden in a gem mine, they made their way to Tourmaline, where the local gem mine is. And they actually found their way to the... I'm already losing my details. The
Blue clam?
The Blue Clam. Yep. This is the tavern near the docks there. And met with Oris Mastew, the half-orc town speaker of Tourmaline, who was telling them about how the mine is closed due to some kobolds. And
we're the extermination crew.
Yeah, that's right about where we left off. You guys were making an agreement to go in and clear out the gem mine. And one more, I'm on the wrong page. Yep, and as you approached, you were talking with Oris Mastew. He was standing with another person who happens to be the head miner.
That's right. Didn't you have some questions? Earl had questions that he wanted. Weren't we going to ask questions about something?
I think just about like how the miners left, maybe like how aggressive were the kobolds? Was there like a leader, that sort of thing, or anything that looks mind flayery? I'm sure there's a better way to say this, but
Yeah, we kind of stopped at a weird point last time because we were kind of like in the middle of a conversation. So it's and I didn't go back and review right where we left off. So the conversation, anyone who's watching this back to back, that's it's not going to sync up just right. But yeah, he'll introduce the head miner as a human. His name is Dismo, and basically he'll say if you go into the mine, that's the mining isn't active right now, so I won't go through the whole safety routine I do with new miners. But it's a mine. It's a dangerous place. I'm sure you're aware of that. But it isn't active, so you probably don't have to worry about a cave-in or a mining tool accident. The one thing that I do tell everyone is you'll see it when you get there. There's a big deep hole. Don't fall in the big deep hole. Don't drop anything into the big deep hole. Things that go down there aren't going to come back. It's big and deep. That's kind of your only warning on that one. Occasionally we do have creatures that come up out of there. It's not too often. That might be where the kobolds came from. I don't know. They were causing a ruckus. They were hurting our miners. We're miners. We're not fighters. So we had to shut down for the safety.
kobolds trying to kill people, or were they like looking more for like shelter?
Who knows? It's likely they were looking for shelter there. I don't know that kobolds ever really have an agenda. They just seem to be a pest.
So they didn't seem organized at all, like they had a purpose there?
Not that we saw. Once they started attacking our guys, we had to leave.
Wouldn't happen to have a convenient map of the mine, would you? With like X marks the spot for not going, or like level, how many like levels there might be there?
There are currently 3 levels. There are some wooden planks to get across the pit. They should be sturdy. He doesn't have like a map on him. He can direct you. It's about a 30-mile walk northeast of town to get there. It's clearly marked path. You should have no problem finding it. If you see it, so if you see on the map there, the kind of northernmost road that heads to the east, that'll basically take you. It curves up around the forest and up towards the mine.
I'm assuming we should avoid like thunder spells.
Oh,
Or like fire spills with all the wooden planks.
I don't. Yeah, I'm wondering what like if there's certain things to
yes.
avoid. I don't know.
Well,
Further down on the third level, we do have some new work being done uncrossed on the other side of the pit. There is a cable running across that you could. There's basically a cart that rides on that. You could get over there if you need to. But once you get over there, there could be some more dangerous areas. Most of our structures up until that point, everything is reinforced with timbers. Should be safe. And if you go blasting magic in there, you're on your own. But structure is sound until you get to that point.
Did the kobolds come in with like any sense of sorts? So maybe like could there be like sabotage in structures that we might want to be aware of?
If their goal is to reside there, I don't know why they would sabotage it. But I don't know what they're doing there. They I don't know.
did y'all get a count on how many that have weapons or just their hands?
We saw at least 4.
Okay. No problem.
And luckily no one was killed, but they're too dangerous. We did before the kobolds showed up, we did have a miner go missing.
That could just be the hole.
Yeah, we that's one of the things we thought was possible. We haven't found him.
Y'all lose.
Was he new or anything?
He'd been with us a few months. He was newer, yes.
What was his name? Are you wanting us to try to find him?
If possible, I doubt he's survived this long if he's been without food and water. Especially if he fell down the hole, he's not coming back.
Was he a turtle?
He was a human. His name was Jonathan.
Jonathan. Okay. I think we've got enough information, right, guys?
Yeah. So
Well, I forget what time is it now?
I think it is later in the day. I think because getting from Bryn Shander to Tourmaline took about 4 hours or so, I think. As you skipped Targos. And if you left early in the day, which I think you stopped and got tundra cakes and breakfast. I think it was already dark by the time you got to town. So I think it's like late afternoon.
And how far away is... I know you said like 30 miles, but how long will that take us?
It's like a 30-minute walk.
Okay. So guys, what do you think? Should we try to go there in the dark? Because it's a cave, it doesn't matter, it's dark.
even the kobolds time to prep or anything? Like if we give them an extra day?
I think I'm more worried about more time that because it's going to take us forever to get all the way back to the mind flayers with this thing. So I'm more worried about that time. But I mean, I think it should be fine. It's not like it's night. It's just dark because it's dark here. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it's probably like 4 o'clock. Well, maybe 4:30 because you guys stopped at the inn.
I inch over.
Can we ask
and
the head miner, kobolds, how long would it take to explore all 3 levels?
If you were in a hurry, maybe an hour or so, but you'd probably want to be careful around the pit. There is to get from the first level to the second level, I can say there is basically a pulley system that will lower you down. You'd have to use.
What are we getting for doing this again?
50 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, you get 50 gold from the town, and you are hunting for this power source.
So we need to go in there anyway, essentially. So might as well kill the
They're going to miss the
kobolds.
power source?
Them to flee at least.
Core.
Are you guys
We don't even-
talking about it with them?
No. No. Well, tell us more about this power source.
Well, power source? What are you talking about?
Is the mine, like, what do you use to keep operations going? Is it all manual labor? Or do you have any machines or equipment down there besides pulleys?
We do have, mostly pulleys and carts, mostly tools, pickaxes. We keep some torches around for light, so some extra supplies down there.
You've seen our share of kobolds. Don't worry. We got you.
If we start walking away from them, I would say, like, I don't think this power source is like something we would think is a power source. I mean, it's a power source for like a creepy alien spaceship. Like, you know, it's going to be probably some weird gem or stone or some sort of something that it's hidden down there that people don't know that that's what it could be used for.
Hey, am I thinking about something totally different? I'm talking to the group about when we met Hethel, talking about the forge powered by the dragon heart. Is that a different location or a different, like?
That's a separate thing we have to deal with.
Okay.
Yeah. That's some Durgars that are trying to conquer Icewind Dale. There's a forge in the mountains. That's a different thing that we have to. We have a lot of things that we have to save up here, essentially.
So pressure.
Portals don't go into the mountains that often.
At least 10 towns.
Yeah.
What I was saying earlier is whatever this power source is, I'm guessing like we would want to do some like Arcana checks on anything unusual and anything that has sort of like I'm get something. Okay, mind flare. That's probably psychic energy or something. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know what they would use to power a spaceship.
Fungus.
So
I'll check my notes.
brains? I don't know. It could be a big old pile of brains, and that's what they power their spaceship with. I don't know. Think outside the.
Or maybe we'll just know once we see it.
I'm gonna assume it's gonna be the weirdest thing in there.
It's gonna be fungus.
There you go. Okay, well, you guys good to go ahead and go now? Like, I don't see the point in waiting. I feel like we would hopefully be done by the time it's too late, and we'll just go to bed, so we're not like staying up all night long.
Let's get going. Unless Is anyone feeling like they're exhausted?
I don't think so.
I don't think
You all rested the previous night.
Yeah.
Twirl my bow staff. I'm waiting on you.
And making sure everyone still has their temporary 7 hit points added.
Yes.
How long does that last?
Oh yeah. Good question.
I don't think I don't remember it saying it going anywhere. It just says once per short rest, I can do it. And if we haven't had a short rest,
I would assume you would have had one on your travel, or at least we could say you had one when you got to the inn.
okay, well, then I will do it again and give it back to everybody. I'll do an inspiring talk on our walk, guys. Sing a song of... I probably know a Cobalt song. Or something that will relate somehow to kobolds, and I will be singing that song. Probably
Okay.
pull something out of my pocket there.
I think the temporary HP goes away basically like once if you get damaged, it won't come back if you heal. But I think it also goes away once you take a long rest if you haven't used it.
Yeah. My thought is I essentially will just keep inspiring everybody. So.
But that also doesn't stack. So if you do it once and get 7, and you do it again, you don't get an additional 7. The new 7 you get replaces the previous.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. So you basically do it once per day.
Yeah.
Unless if everyone uses up their 7, you can do it again. But if no one's tried, it doesn't make sense to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys head down the road and make your way to the gem mine. As you're walking through Tourmaline, you just feel that compared to the other towns you've been to up here, this one is just a little bit, I don't know, things are more, it's just beautiful here. There's a nice trees, there's interesting architecture, but you also somehow just feel like it's even colder here. Just the wind just blowing through you. But yeah, walking down the road, kind of as described, snow-covered road, you can easily follow it until you find the entrance to the gem mine in an open tunnel in a hillside. You see empty carts are packed near the entrance, next to which is a crude wooden sign that has been propped up. Written on the sign in charcoal are the words "Kobolds only" in common.
No girls allowed, eh? Type of sign.
That's what it seems like.
Wait a second, I got a question. Are kobolds literate? Like, can they write?
Make an intelligence check.
$14.
You're not entirely sure. You've not really known kobolds to be that intelligent. But looking at this sign, it seems to have some amount of calligraphy. It seems well presented.
I mean, the way the guy was talking about kobolds is that they just
are super scattered and random.
Yeah. But our previous encounter with kobolds were they had a plan and a mission and were disguising themselves. That's high intelligence and I don't know.
I always get the sense that maybe kobolds, if they have a sense or a mission, it's because somebody's using them.
Yeah. So that's what's happening here.
Do we have was dancing lights up for light here?
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say, as soon as we get, whatever it's dark for everybody, I will absolutely do dancing lights.
Yeah, I just assume when it's dark out, you usually have that up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you're standing out here, basically looking at a deep dark hole in the hillside.
I don my cobalt scarf.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You have that. Oh man, you save everything. I don't even want to know
I got the
what else
storage.
is in there.
It seems very like small around this turtle.
It's a small neck warmer.
And it's pretty dirty. Unless you've taken effort to clean it in the meantime.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I'll just tie it around more like a bonnet
Sure.
with a knot. Yep.
Are you, or is it like a Ninja Turtle? Like,
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
is that the final transformation? All right, we're not.
They
there
use
yet.
disguise, so why shouldn't we? All right, let's get on with it.
Yeah, you guys head down this mine. There isn't a ton of room to walk side by side. So what is your marching order?
I would assume, even though I do have lights, do the lights illuminate enough that like it wouldn't be helpful to also have like me that has dark vision in front to see like
I can
beyond?
go first.
Or...
I'm anxious.
So far, you're kind of just heading down a tunnel. It is pretty steeply sloped downward. It is a 7-foot high ceiling. The width of it kind of varies. There's some places where it cuts pretty thin, probably just barely enough to get a cart full of stuff through it. In other places, it gets wider. It kind of meanders a bit, so your light source kind of only goes until the next bend in the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah, Jack, you can go first. With my lights, by the way, since I have 4 of them, I'm literally gonna have it be like one over everyone's head. So, and it like stick with them. So wherever they
Okay.
go, they can see.
All right. Then, as you descend into this mine, I am going to get the map ready. And if everyone, is your intention to just keep that up basically the whole time you're in the mine? The dancing
The
lights?
light?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to, yeah.
Okay.
Unless,
Because we're going to remember that is a concentration spell.
yes.
Okay. So I'm going to put a light on every character on the map so that it, you guys will be able to see from your perspective. What is the radius of the lights? Do you know offhand?
I see. It's a 10-foot radius. It does say they need to be within 20 feet of each other.
To make it easy, I'm just
at
going
any
to
point get 20
that.
feet apart. Okay, good.
I'm going to make you track your.
I was like, if not, it would stop.
Yeah, I'm going to make you track your concentration, but I'm not going to make you all stay within 20 feet of each other. You probably will because it's a tight tunnel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
imagine.
I'm not going to try and pay attention to that. And I forgot what order did you guys say you were in? Jack was first.
Yeah.
I'll go second.
I'll be third.
What's going on?
I'll bring up the rear.
Or, yeah, you guys walk for, it feels like a ways down this tunnel before you finally come to a little bit of an opening. Jack can see basically a little table up here.
I walk right over to it and put my hands on it.
There's a cart and some like a little cabinet and a table. Let me find the actual text here. Rough-hewn steps descend 60 feet. So that happens somewhere in the tunnel that you came through. And here in this room, you see racks holding picks and hammers are nailed to the walls, and the floor is covered with rock dust and tracks.
Oh, yeah. Do they look
Can we
koboldy?
do like a, oh gosh, what is it? Like a nature or survival check on the tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys come into this room, and you can see different cabinets are here, and there appears to be the way you came in is, I'll call it northwest. There seems to be a path to the northeast, and then two different paths to the south. And you guys are looking at the tracks. Who all is looking at the tracks?
I'll start by looking at them.
Yeah, I'll look at them.
Okay, you can. Do you both want to roll, or do you want one to help the other and roll with advantage?
Which check is it?
It will be a wisdom survival check.
Alright.
I have one wisdom.
I have +3 wisdom.
I have +3 survival. Go for it.
Alright.
Jack can help Earl look at these tracks.
Hey, Earl, come check this out.
Alright, I'm seeing some portal tracks right now.
Long?
13 with my +3.
So yeah, you do see a bunch of humanoid-looking tracks. Probably humans, halflings, dwarves. There are some reptilian footprints mixed in.
Reptilian.
They're kind of moving all around. You do see what looks like large rodents tracks heading off to that branch to the northeast.
Large as in large like the size of a shoe, or large like a house cat, or large like a dragon?
Large like you guys met a rat down in the cellar of Caradin Aval. It seems bigger than that. It looks like big rat tracks, maybe like the size of a big dog.
Big dog. Big
Yeah.
dog.
I'll let Dewey see those.
And the reptilian tracks lead kind of the other directions.
Hmm.
Alright.
I guess yeah, all three directions. Yeah. So it seems like those reptilian tracks came in from the entrance and have fanned out.
All right, those are like my kind of people.
I don't know, guys. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, we probably want to search everything anyways, since it's a little bit scattershot.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking for something anyway, so it doesn't matter, I guess.
And maybe we want to take one of the picks, because maybe what we're looking for is somewhere like embedded in a wall or like the ground. I don't know.
I pull out a bunch of picks. And then two.
Jack already has like 10.
Gold on the mind.
Yeah, if you want to get out a pickaxe and a hammer.
I pull out my own. Sorry, I don't have enough for everybody. Get your own.
I mean, there's racks of equipment here.
I look more closely at these reptile prints and see if I can tell if they're turtle or not.
Yeah, go ahead and make your survival check.
11?
So I imagine Jack just kind of stomps his foot in the dust next to it and crouches down and looks at his footprint next to this other reptilian footprint and looks back and looks back. No, they're not the same.
Okay. I pull out some notes and write that down.
Is it like maybe some sort of intelligence check to be like the reptilian type ones are probably kobolds?
You can kind of assume that since you were told there were kobolds in here.
Yeah.
It's just wishful thinking.
All right, guys, we going clockwise, counterclockwise. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Let's go east. I say it with a lot of confidence. Start heading that way.
Yeah, Jack is just in the head, and he just kind of turns and comes this way. I assume everyone else follows.
I smell the air.
Clockwise, that works for me.
Did we look at the cart and stuff closely? Is there anything on the surface of the table?
Just more tools and such. The cart has some basically dirt in it.
Okay.
It looks maybe it was just staged here for like the next crew who's coming in who wants to use a cart. It just wasn't well cleaned before they put it back.
They all have picks.
Yeah, did everyone pick up a pickaxe, or are you leaving them? I know Jack did.
Yeah, I was gonna take one.
I got one.
Onward. Let's go.
All right. You guys come up this corridor and find another room over here. And it's not clearly shown on the map, but the further to the top right of this room is like higher in elevation than the bottom left, if that makes sense. And there is another kind of tunnel to the north heading east, and another tunnel heading south out of here. And the floor in the east end of this dusty cave is 5 feet higher than the west end, with a rocky ridge separating the two areas, except for slopes on the other side. Picks and shovels lean against the ridge. Small gem deposits in the ridge and the walls of the cave gleam seductively. So yeah, just your dancing lights are dancing off of these gems, just jutting out of the wall.
All right. I wail at one with a pick in passing. Any results?
Yeah, you just do a big swing at it and hit it, and it makes a loud sound. And you seem to have made a little scratch on the rock.
I keep walking, like no big deal.
You kind of get that it'll take some work to get to harvest the gems out of here.
Okay, I wasn't really trying. So, do you want to go uphill? Seems like we could check out the shallower stuff first.
Yeah, I say we keep going further out before.
Yeah, we should stick to one path
backtracking
until
down.
like it gets to the end, maybe, and then backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go deep and then come back?
Yeah.
As long as we don't fall into the chasm.
Not that kind of deep.
So are you climbing up to the other side of this room?
Yeah, whatever's on the east
Okay.
path, that path.
I kind of forgot about the mission. I was just interested in looking around. All right.
Yeah. So you don't get too far down this hallway where you see it. It kind of just ends. So now I won't drag you all over here.
Oh, okay, good. Dead end.
But yeah, the hallway kind of just ends.
Great.
Anything?
All right, so let's do this.
There's more gems back there.
Ooh.
I'm gonna touch one with my tongue
Okay.
while the party is away.
The experience
We've all
is
turned around to go back.
Yeah, the experience is very much what you would expect of licking a dusty gemstone in a cave.
All right, I'll give it another try with the pick.
All right, yeah, you swing a pick and you hit it cleanly, and yeah, you've made a little scratch on it. You'd have to keep going at it for a while to make any progress.
Okay, I walk back disappointed. There's nothing down here.
Can I do just like a general arcana check to see if I sense anything unusual?
Sure.
Great. Okay. That was a natural 1, so 3 with my +2.
Arcana, just yeah, you're not getting much from this cave. You've been in a cave before. This one has gems, which is interesting.
Okay.
Otherwise, it seems to be a nice cave. Nothing magical speaks to you here.
Okay.
Are the rat tracks still in here?
They seem to be heading towards the south.
Okay. Are we going that way?
That's
Yeah.
down.
All right. Are you guys kind of in the same order you've been?
Sure.
Yeah.
Get lined up. And I'll move you down here. And you kind of get to a point where the tunnel diverges. There's kind of you can go left, right, or slightly less left.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Do I need to be like drawing out a map? Okay. Do we realize this how crazy this is getting? And I take out paper and I'm drawing kind of a map as we go so we can like keep track so
Okay.
we don't lose where we are and where we've been.
Are you, Megan, going to draw a map?
Do I need to? Maybe
if you want to, and say that's Dewey's map.
Okay.
Otherwise we would be rolling for map making ability as we go.
Okay. That dead ended. This one.
Dewey, why don't you just drop pinches a ton of cake?
I mean, if you're concerned about large rodents, that's the way to get large rodents.
All right. And then here, and then now there's spokes. Is it 3 spokes here?
It's kind of like an intersection. You're going down one tunnel and another tunnel is cutting across.
Okay. I suggest we start at the left. We go left. Our left, since we're staring at it. East, I suppose.
And I'll say the one in front of you kind of goes downhill more.
Whereas the one on the left is more uphill or more level?
Yeah, the one to the right is about level. The one to the left is a little bit downhill. The one in front of you is pretty steep downhill.
I just like keeping clockwise so we can keep track of where we
To
are.
the left.
To the left, to the left.
So, and by left, do you mean left as you're looking at the map, or left as your characters are walking?
Southeast.
Our characters are walking, so the east.
So it's actually okay. So this way.
We are staring at the map on the right, but we, as characters, are
Yeah.
going left.
All right. This starts to kind of swing around and open up into another room. And you hear some water moving.
Huh? It's not frozen? Like in the other cave?
You hear running water.
Huh. I think that's the first time we've been in a cave where the water hasn't been frozen.
That's true.
Once you go so deep, it gets warmer.
I'm gonna read this before we jump in there. An underground river flows through the far side of this cavern, which is supported by a natural stone pillar near the water's edge. Between you and the river are two halfling-sized gray rodents with long tails and beady eyes. They rush to attack you as soon as you notice them. Let's roll for initiative.
Yay.
And I'll get your characters up here.
What's wrong with me?
Great. Bad rolling night.
Yeah. Some rodents of unusual size.
Russes! Yes.
All right, we got initiative rolls. I'll do Jack.
One.
Oh, good initiative. Dewey.
19.
Kashezi.
16.
16. And Earl.
2.
Ends to the end.
I guess we're in the back and we're just like rearing to go.
So Dewey is up first. You come into this room and immediately these two rats seems like they were drinking water. They immediately turn up and snarl and start approaching.
Okay. I think at this point I'm just going to take out my rapier and try to slice one, whichever is closest.
You're just running up here.
That is going to be a 18 to hit.
18, that is a hit.
Okay. And not too good. That is going to be 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. It did not like that. It seems bloodied, and it just kind of screeches. This rat from behind is going to come up and attack Dewey. Let's see, 14 to hit.
Just hits.
That's going to do 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And the other rat's going to come right back and attack you back. That is a critical hit.
It attacked who?
It attacked Dewey.
Oh.
Dewey, who just attacked it. Yeah, it's 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
And Kashezi is up.
I'm going to cast a level 1 ice knife
Okay.
on the rat that just attacked.
On the one to the right?
Yeah, the one is loaded.
Okay.
Alright. 18,
So what was that?
18 to hit.
18 is a hit.
All right, and then that's 1d10. 7 damage.
7 damage. Yeah, that one. You slice it right in the wound that Dewey left open, and it is going to go down. But also, your ice knife explodes.
That's right.
Oh gosh.
Again.
So what is that? That's an extra 2d6.
Yeah.
Oh, so Dewey and the rat make a dexterity saving throw.
You gotta just do it.
I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat.
The rat
And I
fails.
dodge. That is a 16.
I think the same as a 12, so that succeeds.
Great.
So the other rat takes 2d6 cold damage.
All right, so d6, 5, and 6, so 11.
You said 11?
Yeah, well, 5 and the 6 is what I rolled.
Okay. Yeah, the shards from that ice knife just stab that rat, and it falls down. And we're out of combat.
That was
Yay.
quick.
Those are lucky rats. All right, there's dinner. Get to it, Dewey.
Ooh.
So this river goes through this. Are we wanting to try to like follow this river?
How strong is the river? Like the current?
So you see, it's heading from the north towards the south. From the north, doesn't seem to be moving super fast. It's kind of lazily coming down, and it pools up here. It seems actually kind of deep in the middle of this.
I want to poke my quarterstaff in to check it.
And yeah, looking to the south, it seems to run through a tunnel to the south. It drops off sharply, so it's heading pretty quickly to the south.
Like a waterfall type sharply, or?
You can, if you kind of look around the corner, like you can see it kind of goes down a kind of a pretty narrow corridor for a bit. You can't quite see where it goes, but it's heading downward.
Okay. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should we try following it?
And you just see more gems along the far wall of this room.
Uh-oh.
And then there's another like supply cabinet here.
I pull out some paper and quickly fold a paper boat and set it a sail.
Okay. The water quickly saturates the paper. It stays afloat for a little bit, but it quickly gets tumbled in the current and floats away.
Is there anything in the chest thing that's here? Can I check it if it's just tools or?
Yeah, looking in there, there's more tools. Looks like there's a couple saws and maybe some hammers, stuff for working with lumber.
Okay.
If it's it,
Are those rocks there? Like, is it where you can jump across?
Those two rocks are going basically
rock.
floor to ceiling. So there's
Okay.
so yeah, I guess I don't have the map set up to show them as walls, so you can't actually see through them.
Okay. I was thinking, I was like, oh, I'll just hop across, but.
What's the distance across?
Each square is 5 feet, so down here is maybe just over 10 feet, and it's closer to 15 feet at the top.
The current's super strong, super deep.
Yeah, this current is stronger towards the south.
Is the water cold?
Yeah, if you're trying to touch it, it's very cold.
It almost sounds like we're gonna encounter this river later. Like if this is 3 levels and we're going south, like if the cave is kind of going circular like this, we might end up seeing it anyway from another angle without having to get into the water.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth the risk.
Ah. No, never mind.
But that cabinet's pretty wide. Impromptu raft with rats.
Oh.
Not sure it'll hold us off.
All I keep thinking about is there's something with like a sheer drop, and there's some type of deep cavernous hole. And I just got a bad feeling.
And can we see if the north part goes anywhere, or does it kind of like the ground in and it just turns into like kind of water tunnel like the south is?
If you walk up there, there is the tunnel goes back a ways. It seems like further back there might be a place to walk along, but there's definitely a place where you have to walk through the water to get there.
Okay. I don't know, guys. I kind of feel like we leave it for now, and we can come back if we need to. But there's so much else in this cave.
Yeah, we're not even at the second level yet. We don't even know how much of the first level we've explored yet.
I mean, yeah, there were already like several paths just there.
I say we mark this for now. Use one of the rodents as a marker and then move on.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll drag it to like the opening of this path.
Back here at like the crossroad.
Yeah, like knowing that we've gone down that path.
All right. So
Yeah, perfect. Next
putting the
one
right back there.
clockwise.
So the one heading kind of down.
South. Yeah, southish.
All right. Bring you all down here. Here is another room. Benches and tables are set up as workspaces where miners clean any gemstones they find. Gravel and pebbles are strewn on the ground. Scattered across the floor are a few hammers, picks, and broken lanterns. You can see that we're right next to where I have your characters. To your left up, there's kind of another tunnel intersecting with this room, but it's like higher up. That's like a good 4 feet above. But you can climb up there, and there's a tunnel that way. And then there's another tunnel to the bottom right.
Like the one to the east.
Like this way is a tunnel. Yeah. There's a couple places on this map where I have stuff vertically stacked on top of other stuff, and I didn't make it 2 different maps. I just have them obscuring each other. So there's a couple places where there's stuff you might see on the map that isn't actually there.
Okay.
So like down here, you can kind of see some stuff that's not part of this room.
Okay.
I poke through the debris
Over here is.
and see if I see any gemstones. Poke. Poke.
You go through some of the debris. There's also a cart here full of rocks. Looking around, make a perception check. Or an investigation check, whichever one you want.
18.
Yeah, going through some of the stuff on the table, it catches your eye a small figurine of a dog carved out of rock. And it has 2 little pebbles of tourmalines for eyes.
Ooh. Show the part.
Who left that here?
Look what I found.
Is there anything unusual about that dog? Like, can I do a quick Arcana check on that puppy?
Sure.
Four.
Doesn't seem to be magical in any way.
Okay.
Wonder if it's valuable. And I took it away in my shell. All right, what do you think, Dewey?
I say we go to this southeast again. See what's down that way.
We check these cabinets.
Yeah, it's got more tools here for processing ore.
The tunnel that's like 4 feet above us, is it one of those tunnels where like only somebody small could fit in there, or is it like you climb 4 feet and then you can stand up in it?
It looks like there would be room to stand up there. The ceiling on it's pretty high in this room. All right, Jack is you're leading the way again.
Yep, with my bow staff.
Okay, I was going to move Jack first because you come around a bend here, and you immediately see a wooden bridge with like nothing underneath you. It's just dark down below. You do see another bridge further down. But yeah, this is probably the pit that they were talking about.
Mm.
The big pit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, Dewey. You couldn't walk.
Look, do y'all think this is the pit?
Wouldn't the river be cutting through
Unless
this?
it's down in there.
You can hear some water a little bit.
Oh.
Okay. So it's
So like the river's going like down the pit?
a huge drop down the pit, yeah.
Yeah, just from the light you have here. Yeah, you see the bridge immediately in front of you, and you can see a couple others like further down below. They are, let me see if I know how far down they are. I'll read this. Wooden planks and struts form a walkway along the wall of a seemingly bottomless vertical shaft. A narrow waterfall cascades down the northeast wall, and the sound of rushing water is loud in the confined space. Okay, so you actually can't hear the water. And so yeah, it's Dewey, I think, has more night vision. If I move her in front, yeah, you can see that on the map now.
Oh, great.
And yeah, Dewey, you can also see other tunnels connecting with this big, deep pit at different levels down below you. But you can see this tunnel continues basically straight across. But yeah, you do not see a bottom. It just goes down into darkness.
Jack's tempted to pee off of that bridge. But he'll contain himself and keep it to himself. So do y'all still have the coin of delving? I'm curious how deep it goes. Or I could drop a torch. Or Dewey could drop a coin.
You would drop money?
That's why a Dewey would.
I mean, he said it's a bottomless pit. I'm fine with just knowing it's a
Where's your
bottomless pit.
curiosity? You're the cat.
I mean, about other things, not about how knowing how deep a deep pit is. It's deep. That's all I
I
gotta
got
know.
17 torches on my back.
Sure, do that.
Okay.
I wonder, like, if you talk within, like, the cavern, like, do you hear an echo or anything?
You do. It is pretty echoey in here.
Sorry.
The water's pretty loud. But yeah, making other sounds. If you guys are talking in here, you hear it echo around.
All right. I'll hawk a big loogie and listen.
Oh, wow, we got multiple bridges we can walk. Ugh.
It's true. I don't know how Jack feels about these bridges.
I was just thinking that too.
About
I'm
that.
like, maybe I'm like a cat, you know, like we like high stuff. It's not a problem.
Can we take one or two of the floating lights? I'd be curious, like, what is supporting, like, these wooden planks, like, in the middle or, like, at the very beginning of it? Like, can we check to see how sound it is?
It's like suspension.
Oh man, I don't want to know. If we're going across it, let's
No!
just do it.
All I keep thinking is, like, we got kobolds and we don't know what's going on, and I want to see how sturdy this is. Like, can we do like test 1, 2, 3?
They could have booby trapped it. We don't all have 9 lives. Your lights down the hole as far as they'll go.
So you can tell from the top there are like main beams across, and they are. It seems pretty well connected together with like supporting slats across them on top. There's basically pegs going right into the rock on your side, so you can see that's holding it up. Is there anything else you're doing? How are you testing it? Or is there any other way you're like investigating it? Or
I tie off some rope and then go out a few feet and like jump on it just a little bit.
yeah, walk out there. It holds your weight.
Okay.
Seems pretty solid and well made.
Or like where like the two bridges kind of like connect at an L. Can we kind of like look below just to see if there are any like joists or something?
Yeah, looking below, you see like those two bridges don't connect. That other one is like far below you.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
But yeah, looking below, you see there's more basically fasteners in the rock on your end. And looking the other way, you see two kobolds hanging from the underside of the bridge. They seem to be holding tools trying to damage the bridge.
Great.
Perfect.
Glad we checked. Glorious. So the kobolds are on the other side, not the side we're on.
They're like underneath it.
On the one,
They're like kind of in the middle. I can illuminate them on the map, but they're on the underside of the bridge, holding on.
the bridge that we're flush with.
Yeah, that you're heading like from west to east across this bridge. Yeah, and they're holding saws, and they're trying to cut through some of the struts that are holding the bridge together.
All right, I'm eyeballing it. What's the distance between the edge and them? Quickly, up.
So if I want to move Dewey back, I keep doing that wrong. Move Dewey back because she's not actually on the bridge yet.
I'm estimating how much rope we have because I'm tied off with 50 feet.
Oh, from one end of the bridge to the other.
Oh, how far are they away from me to where they're at?
One of them's 15 feet away, but he's on the other side of the bridge. He's like hanging on underneath it. The other one's about 35 feet.
Okay. I I think I'll just run out there with my bow staff.
And just like stab them through the cracks.
Wait. I've got a
The other thing I'll throw out there is you guys assume that the miners use this bridge to carry like heavy carts full of rock across here. So you think they've probably built it pretty sturdy to begin with.
Mhm.
It's operational. But yeah, you're seeing these kobolds are taking saws to it.
I can use my boomerang and just like try to fling it to maybe throw the kobold.
Why don't I just put them to sleep?
What's the fun in that?
And they'll fall. They'll fall into the pit.
Then we can see if there's a sound in the pit.
See, there you go.
We throw a kobold.
One.
Win-win. I cast sleep on them.
Okay. I'll say you can do that. Once they know that you've noticed them, they try to start moving towards the opposite end, but they're like hanging on to the underside of this. They're moving really slowly. So you can totally try to cast sleep before they get out of range.
Yeah, I cast sleep.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and let's just do it as a 3, just get it done. Or 2, sorry, yeah, as a 2. So I need to do 5d8, but I'm doing 2, so 7d8. I just want to make it happen here.
All right.
So that is a 5 and
6
and 4
4
and 3
3
8
8
5
5
and one more, right?
Yes.
6.
35.
All right. I have no
35.
idea what to do.
Yeah, watching them, you with the rushing of the water, they don't even seem to make a noise. You just see these kobolds start to fall and just vanish into the darkness below.
Good.
Turn around halfway there and like, Dewey, what the heck? I had him.
I think I would try to. Can I like kind of crawl out to where the first one was, just to see if there was any significant damage that they were
I'm
able
on my
to
way
do?
too.
And if that happens, you want to tie a rope on your waist just in case. And
Sure.
we'll hold.
Like if Jack hands me his rope too, but I just kind of want to like go over the edge and see if it looks like really damaged.
Yeah, you basically like lay down very carefully and peek around. It seems like they had just begun whatever they were trying to do. There is a little slice mark in one of the boards, but it doesn't seem like it has weakened the bridge in any significant way.
Okay. All right. I'll like give the go ahead and be like, guys, I think it's fine. And I'll get up and like cautiously walk the rest of the way across.
2 down.
We get across. Jack, are you untying yourself?
Yeah, I had to go back and untie it.
Okay.
And I'll be last in line, I guess.
Yeah, you guys can all make it across without much effort. And continuing down the tunnel over to here. And let's see from here. Where are you? 6. A wooden pulley system has been constructed around a large hole in the floor. A bucket big enough to hold a humanoid is held up by thick rope. 3 alcoves next to the lift contain wooden boards and mining equipment. So this is what you
All right, so all
recognize
that's in
as
here is
the yeah. So what you recognize as the pulley system they said would get you to the second level.
okay. And this is a dead end, right?
Yeah.
Besides
Otherwise,
this?
yeah.
Anything in the cabinet besides tools?
Yeah, there's more lumber here and stuff for working with timber. So there's more like saws and hammers.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Do you guys want to? I feel like we should clear the rest of the first floor first, right? And then come back to this?
Oh, that's what I've been saying. But y'all are on a mission.
Well, we've cleared this section. Now let's backtrack and go to
that
the
upper level.
next spot that there was a connection.
All right, we can do that.
I'd like to go all the way back to the place where it split between the river, the stone cleaning room, and then there was another path.
Where you left the dead rat.
Yeah, so let's go to the other side of the dead rat one. There was a third path.
Jack grumbles a little bit.
Yeah, you make your way back across the bridge across this pit, and come back up this steep path, and see your dead friend there.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to head to the left.
Yeah.
All right. That path curves around and takes you back to basically the entrance of the mine.
Oh, great.
Oh, so it's like a.
So that was the second one. Okay, perfect. Love that.
And then there's
together here.
One other path to your left that you haven't explored yet.
Yes. Do we want to do that, or do we want to do the path that was 4 feet up in the stone cleaning room? I'm assuming that if we went down this one here, this new one here, it will connect
Let's
with
go
that
up.
one. But
Let's go up.
These are you want to
The
go down
connector
this
path?
one? Alright, so you guys go down here, and
I thought we were going up the incline.
Yeah, like the I guess it would be northwest.
No, so that's where we
Oh.
came in.
Okay.
yeah, Dewey knows where she's going. She goes down here and sees that this is the one that connects to the processing room.
That's what I thought it would do. Okay. What's the point of that? Those two things go the same way. Okay, so then that's it. So we literally have cleared this out, so we can literally.
Was there anything in that connector path, like on the walls? Anything unusual?
Most of the tunnels have seemed pretty boring, kind of like the way in. Some of them have some rough steps as they go up and down. There are timbers supporting the ceilings. Every so many feet, there's like basically a wooden frame. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good to go all the way back to try to do the second floor now. The elevator.
Okay, you guys once again make your way across the bridge. No kobold saboteurs. Yeah, there's only really room for one person at a time in the bucket. And it's easy enough for one person to like hold onto the rope and like pull themselves up and down.
How long is the drop?
Um,
We're about to find out.
seems to be about 15 feet.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not a
okay,
big-
that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I'm just letting you know that, like, my map, I was so prepared for the other ones to go, like, so much further. I started in the middle of the page, and now it's, like, all ugly and lopsided, so Dewey's slightly annoyed. All right. Who's going first?
Should have just trusted my intuition, do we? Been on this earth a long time.
All right, you going first then?
On the pulley, no. Jesse would go first.
Who's the lightest,
Yeah,
just to
I'll-
make sure that I can bear all our weight?
Probably
That's what I
Kasha.
was thinking.
I mean, I'm not, like, again,
You're so tall.
like, they're bringing up and down hundreds of pounds of stone and stuff through this. Like, I'm not worried about things holding us, I guess.
Yeah, that my
Unless
main
it's been
thing's the
tampered with.
tampering. So
You see, there's a
Should we
crank
go-
on the pulley and there's a crank inside the bucket.
I've been on a salad diet.
Can I do a quick, like, check to see if it looks like it's been tampered with at all?
A perception
What
check or
kind
an
of-
investigation check.
22?
As far as you can tell, it looks like it should work.
Okay. All right. Shazzy, you want to control it yourself, or you want us to crank you?
I can control it myself.
Yep, you can easily hop into the bucket and just start cranking. Start cranking. You slowly make your way down. And it takes about a minute.
Okay.
And the mechanism creaks as the bucket lift descends to the floor of a small cave where two dusty tunnels lead in opposite directions. So you kind of see a path to the north and a path to the south.
Okay. All right.
And you get out, and I assume someone at the top will crank it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not super fast. It takes about a minute for each time moving the bucket. So you gotta wait another minute for the bucket to come back up.
I'll go next.
All right. Jimmy gets in. You can take the trip down to reunite with Kashezi.
I put my head in the shell and I'm looking at my figurine.
Okay.
While I wait.
Yep. After Dewey gets off, someone at the top, I assume, cranks the bucket back up. Takes another minute. And we can fast forward. I assume eventually Jack and Earl come down.
I guess.
Yep.
So that's what, 7 minutes in total. Just getting down here. But yeah, this is where that room is directly below this room, so I don't have it on the map. But there's a tunnel that leads north and one that leads south. The south one seems to be like sloped downward.
But it's the same shape as this room.
It's just another. The room isn't as big as this one. It's kind of just like a little landing place for the bucket, and there's probably enough room to like park a cart next to it.
Okay. I don't know, guys. North or south?
Oh, no.
I'm thinking.
Wait a second.
Let's-
There were tracks there, so can we do a
Yeah, make another survival check.
Can I look too?
Or do you want to do a help, or do you want to both look?
I've already looked.
All right, you can both roll a survival check.
21.
16?
So you both notice that what appears to be the kobold footprints, there's a bunch of traffic heading to the south. There's one single set of kobold footprints that lead to the north.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Are they smaller or bigger than my footprint?
They're smaller.
My impression, based off of what we've seen, is that north is gonna kind of probably go up and around the pit, since we were kind of on like the south end of the pit going across. But I guess it doesn't really matter.
You want to just send 2 of us up there to take care of that single one while y'all make sure?
Oh no,
That was
we don't
split up.
party. I wouldn't split the party.
Well, let's all go take care of that single one. Why not?
Yeah, let's go north first, because if it's one set, then if it's somebody we have to attack, we can see how strong that creature is. Or maybe it's Jonathan for maybe it's no.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the north.
Sure.
Let's come out into another room. And a hole in the west side of the chamber opens up into the central shaft, letting in the sound of the waterfall. The floor in the north end of the cave is 5 feet higher than in the south end, with a rocky ridge separating them, and a slope on either side leading to the top of the ridge. The walls above the ridge gleam with gem deposits, so you can see those to the north. So it's another case where the room isn't flat. The north end of the room is higher than the south end. And you see to the west the familiar drop off into the nothingness.
That's what I thought.
And one moment, because I think Earl's passive perception is pretty high. Earl, you notice something in the shadows up towards the ceiling. And you realize the ceiling of this room is really high. There's something up there. You didn't quite catch what it was, but something caught your attention moving near the ceiling.
Something living.
Something moving. You're not sure.
Okay. Earl's gonna kind of make a shh. I think there's something in here, and kind of point in the direction.
Yeah, you're pointing mostly like up towards the other side of the room, but up.
Should I move my light up higher?
Jack pulls out his bow.
Just a little bit like maybe like 5 feet further. Could I sense something a little bit more?
Walking into the room, looking up, it's pretty dark up there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's weird shadows, like the walls are like jagged. It's not a clean cut like surface. So yeah, you don't whatever you saw it's not moving now. It's kind of dark and shadowy up there.
If I move my light up closer to it,
Yeah, as you start
Is that
seeing
illuminated?
this globule of light comes up, and you can see hugging the ceiling of this cave, there's this strange mass that has a beak on the front of it and a bunch of tentacles coming out. And it seems like it's staying really still, trying not to be seen.
Like a jellyfish with a bird beak?
Yeah, it looks exactly like that. And it's like pressing itself up against the ceiling of this cavern.
Oh god, is this a mind flayer? Or something?
Yeah, sure. So far it hasn't.
No.
It seems to be aware that you're there and it's trying to hide, but it seems to not be doing anything yet.
But we were sure those tracks were something else, right? Kobold tracks.
It looked like kobold. It looks like a kobold came this way and did not come back.
I don't know what check this is, but like if it's a jellyfish with a bird beak, is that like, could I do like is that an animal check to see if I can tell what type of animal it is? Is it like an arcana check to see if it's like magical?
Make an arcana
I mean,
check.
it's probably like a monster.
Yeah, okay.
You said that there were some.
17?
This is some kind of unnatural aberration.
Can I do detect good and evil?
Sure. Or your
There you go.
is it detect good and evil, or is it your divine sense?
Divine sense.
Yeah, you do get a sense of evil from it.
Okay.
All right. How about we just let this be? Walk very slowly.
If
If it's evil, it's gonna
it's
attack
gonna
us
follow us, or
follow us.
even if we
Yeah.
clear this mine of all the kobolds, like if the miners come back and there's this monstrous jellyfish bird thing, it's gonna go just like devour miners, maybe, for all we know.
Wait. This wouldn't be a power source,
Ooh.
would it?
Going
Or-
back up and set an ambush.
Or did this thing get Jonathan, the missing miner?
I still have my trap. I don't know if it's big enough though. How big is it? Can we eyeball it? The ceiling's how many feet away?
Ceiling is over 15 feet high,
Oh, that's pretty close.
and it seems to be like just pressing itself against the ceiling, like
Big as me?
it's probably with its tentacles stretched out. Its tentacles are pretty long,
Ooh.
and it's just its main body mass. I don't know. I'd say it's maybe as big as one of those rodents was.
Let's back around the corner and come up with a plan.
For all we know, it's gonna follow us when we do that. I got a bad feeling.
And kind of the hint you got is it was trying to stay very still, hoping that you guys wouldn't see it.
Does it know that we spotted it?
You're not sure.
Okay.
You kind of brought a light just close enough to see it up there, and you guys were there like looking at it, talking about it, but it didn't move the whole time.
Do you got any sleep juice left?
Yeah, I can try to do
I got
that
some
again.
too.
I have no idea how high of a level it's gonna be, which makes me want to maybe.
But do we want to put this thing to sleep, or do we want to kill it? Or do we want to even, well,
This is the source. And even if we do get a hold of it, what are we going to do afterwards? What are our options here besides kill.
I think putting it asleep at the minimum will get it down on our level where we can hit it easier.
Just lock it in one of the cabinets.
I'll throw it on the map so you guys can see it. You know it's over there. It's up on the ceiling though.
Do you have a picture of this thing?
Oh my god, that's so scary. I mean, yeah, if it's not this, at minimum, putting it asleep, it will fall, and we will be able to, do something.
And like I can put a ray of frost on it with my dragon mark so that when it tries to move, it'll be slower.
Okay.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna try to put it to sleep. Then I'll just do.
before
first
you
level.
do that, what are we gonna do with once it goes to sleep and hits the ground? Kill it or try to like restrain it?
I don't know. I say we figure it out once we do that. All
It's
right.
a lot of tension.
I'm just gonna put it to sleep and see what happens.
I'm gonna back away from the party a little bit and space ourselves out.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Where do you guys want to move to?
I think we should just spread out a hair, maybe. What's our reach? Within 10 feet?
Yours is with the glaive.
I'll spread out just a hair.
Kind of like that.
No, I think I'm gonna go back 15 feet, and yeah,
Over here.
yeah. Might keep my bow for the time being in case it's quick.
I got 23.
23 seems to have no effect.
Perfect.
Always when we back away slowly.
All right, I vote we try to slow it down and attack it, cause
I think we need to kill it. It's evil. It's gonna try to get us.
and like
If
we need to clear the mine or whatnot, and we know this is evil intent.
Yeah. Especially have those ice knives. Shoo, shoo.
I can cast Ray of Frost and then Jesse Ice Knife. We go with that approach. When I cast Ray of Frost, it just I think I just roll a d20 and then add a +5. At least that's the way it reads.
Oh,
that's horrifying.
Looks about like that.
Yeah, that's like an eagle brain jellyfish. I mean, that's so totally something that freaking mind flayers would love that thing. That's probably like what they have for dogs. That's like their pet.
Good creature. Well, with my Ray of Frost, I got a 19.
All right, you're just all out attacking it with a ray of frost.
Yeah.
Okay. 19 is going to hit. I'm going to have everyone roll for initiative.
Okay. 19.
You said 19?
Yes, for the Ray of Frost, yeah.
So Kashesi's initiative.
You got 19.
Okay. I get Dewey
5.
and Jack
20.
and Earl.
11.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this weird. I'm going to let Earl's ray of frost happen first. to start the round of combat, but then I'm not going to let you do a turn in this round because you're skipping the line. But you'll fall back in your normal order in the next round. Okay, Ray of Frost, 19 is a hit.
All right, so 1d8, and then its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of the next turn.
Okay,
All right, so that is a 6.
6 damage. Okay. And you see it immediately like creates this crazy like shrieking noise, and all of its tentacles come away from the ceiling, and it's just hovering there, and it moves really fast right over Earl.
So my frost did nothing.
It's floating on top of Earl.
Great.
It's gonna suck your brains out.
And Jack's turn.
I'm not tasty, I promise. Great.
How about? Okay.
You can reach it with your glaive, right?
Well, I moved further back in case it's easy. I can move in, right? Attack if I wanted to.
You can move in, and you'll be able to. Also, you'll be able to just reach it with your glaive.
Yeah, guess that's my stoutest thing. And so I got one question about the let's see, bonus attack, the Polearm Master bonus attack. I only use that when someone's approaching me, or does it give me like some on both ends no matter what?
Alarm Master. Let's double check it.
So bonus, yeah.
When you make an attack with your glaive, you can then use a bonus action to make an attack with the opposite end of the weapon. So that's one. So that's after you make an attack. And while you are wielding the glaive, other creatures provoke an opportunity attack from you when they enter your reach. So it's whenever someone on their turn gets within 10 feet of you, you can take a reaction during their turn to attack them.
So I'll do both this time, I guess.
So it has not entered your reach. It did not enter your reach on its turn.
Okay, then I'll just switch my glaive and run up to it and hope for the best.
You want to run up to it and just start attacking up? You can do that.
So I'll just hit it with a spell too, maybe. Okay. So glaive, 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
Then I do my damage and then I do my spell, right?
Yeah, so you're gonna do your
The fire smite.
one of your smites. Okay.
Yep. That was 13 damage. And
Okay.
the searing smite is 4.
Another 4 damage. Okay. So you slice through one of its tentacles and just cut a big gash down it.
Then I can still do that bonus attack, right?
So the searing smite was a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right,
So that used up your bonus action for the turn.
then take a small step. Still,
Okay.
I guess within range.
Since it's up, stepping back, you wouldn't be in range to attack it if you step back.
That's fine.
Okay. Now it is going to take its tentacles and try to wrap around Earl.
Pass.
That's a 19 to hit.
Great. Yeah, that hits.
Well, hey, you've got a 7-point buffer.
And I'm gonna need all of it.
Yep.
I can tell because it's gonna give me a hug.
That's going to do 7 points of piercing damage.
Goodbye, all 10 points.
And go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Yummy.
Great. 18.
18. Okay, you save from the poison. You feel it trying to seep into you, and you just kind of shake it off. But you are considered grappled by it at the moment.
Okay.
And it is going to, now that it's got you, it's going to come down and try to peck you with its beak.
I have a question about one of my spell. If one of them like offers protection to it, I can do that at any time, right?
Is it a reaction?
It's a bonus action. If I have to
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, you can do that on your turn. It's a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Oh,
That's another 7 piercing damage.
Do.
All right, and it's Kishesi's turn.
All right. I'm going to cast a second level ice knife.
Okay.
Sorry, Earl.
Okay.
That is a 23 to hit.
23 is a hit.
All right. D10. There it is. That is 6 damage.
Damage. Okay. And then the ice knife's going to explode.
Yes.
So
So that'll be
Gorell
3D.
and Earl and Dewey and Kishesi, you're all going to have to make your saving throw.
All right.
Which saving throw?
That is... Ice knife is a dexterity save.
Easy peasy. 18 for me.
And that saves.
16.
You have to make that at disadvantage because you are wrapped up at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and
One
see if you
again.
get lower.
14.
Okay, that still saves. And Kishesi, did you hit yourself?
Yep. Rolled a 9.
All right, and the monster also failed. So go ahead and roll your 2d6 cold damage.
Okay. Think it's a 1 and a 5, so 6 total.
Okay. Yeah, this thing, so far with the attacks you've made on it, it's not looking good. It doesn't seem to have its jellyfish brain-like form. Doesn't have a lot of defense on it, and you've been slicing through it.
Sure.
And Dewey is up.
Is it an action to like take out and light a torch? Would that be like my action?
Yeah, if you don't have it ready, you have to like get a lighter, your flint and tinder or whatever.
All right, I'm gonna launch the room into darkness because I want to do a concentration spell.
Do what you
Can
gotta
it be
do.
a bonus action? Light a torch.
Sure.
Yay! Thank you, DM. I am going to cast enhance ability on Earl to give him bear's endurance. So you get 2d6 temporary hit points, and you also have advantage on Constitution checks in case it does another Constitution thing on you.
And then all the lights go out.
So you
I think.
You get 11 temporary hit points.
Thank God. Okay.
Oh, but you were also going to light a torch. Okay, got it.
But I'm going to light a torch. So now I am now torch girl while I try to
Okay.
do this. I'm also. Would I have a cause an attack of opportunity if I step away?
You're not sure.
Well, he's kind of preoccupied. I'm going to try to step away.
Okay.
And go back towards the wall.
Yeah, as you step away, one of its tentacles is going to try to get you. That's 23 to hit.
No, not at all.
So that's going to do 7 piercing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
Hurt you, Earl?
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you get hit by this, but you manage to dodge the poison.
Okay.
You get away.
Is it grappling me, or am I
It is. You are considered grappled, so you didn't get away from it.
Okay.
No, actually, no. You can only grapple one thing at a time, so you are not grappled by it.
Okay. Yeah, I moved to the far wall, away. Just
Right,
because I'm trying to hold the torch for everyone. I don't want to
Sure.
Earl's like,
get attacked.
All right, and then Jack is up again.
Okay. And I asked Wary or Earl. Award a creature within range against attack until the spell ends.
Sure. So just cast that on Earl.
Yeah.
All right, and that was only a bonus action, so you still have an action.
Oh. And I'll hit it with leave.
Sure.
14 to hit.
That is a hit.
Uh, 5 damage.
5 damage. How do you want to do this?
Hey.
I'm gonna quickly stab it in the center and then twist it and then back it on the floor.
Yeah, as you do that twist, all of its tentacles kind of just flop loose from Earl, and it just kind of rolls off of him. And you kind of have a puddle of tentacly, fleshy goop and a beak poking out of it. You said you want to kick it down into the pit?
Yeah.
All right.
A goopy soccer ball.
Wait, is that our? There's no power source hidden in.
can I do a quick Arcana check on the body or the goop?
Sure.
Hopefully it's so sticky it doesn't roll far.
It is kind of this big meaty weight. It's you can get it to roll, but it's not you can't just punt it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a relief. Put it to sleep. What were you thinking? Right.
Here we got another fun bit of artwork for it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that was you. What is that called?
Ew.
It's called a grell.
Grell? I just called it, this room on my map is the Jelly Brain Monster Room. So.
Does it have eyes?
If you look at it, it didn't seem to have any eyes.
Ew.
It's just like smelling you with its beak. That's creepy. Well,
Earl, how many points do you have now?
so if I take off, I don't know. I guess I'll keep this on just in case we run into something.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, the way that the temporary hit points work. How long do they last until the initiative ends, or?
It's concentration up to an hour. So if we do torches instead of my lights, I can keep you with this for an hour. Which I'm gonna go ahead and until it gets to the point where it's like, hey, maybe I need an extra arm. I think I'm just gonna keep it on you if everyone's okay. Does somebody else want to pull out a torch?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep leading the way with blindside, but I got plenty of.
Does somebody have some torches? I don't know. Does anyone else have a torch
Yeah, I've got a
in the
torch.
room?
They're just dangling on the back of my shell.
Oh.
Well, how many points do you have, Earl? So I can always lay on hands if you get low.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I actually have a fair amount of points, so like.
Yeah. But it gives you advantage on Constitution checks too. So I'll just keep it just in case for a little bit longer, unless it gets to the point where it's like I really need to do something else. If everyone's okay with that, I know the lights are kind of easier to handle, but
Did y'all
we
say torch?
be basic people and get torches out.
We went out and handed it to. Who's number 2?
Oh, you know. Wait, hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have my mage hand hold my torch. So now I have my hands back. Wow, I love being magical. So many
Is mage hand
problems.
concentration or not?
No.
No. Yeah,
Feel free to.
I had to double check that. So yeah, that's holding my
You just
torch.
teach your hands another instrument.
I mean,
It like snaps in rhythm with you.
yeah. It could probably strum something
There you go.
like.
I shouldn't have gave you that idea.
It just made me think of like Mary Poppins, where he's got his whole little like boom boom boom, like
One man band.
yeah. Okay.
Onward.
All right. To the edge
Did
of the
we
pit.
Arcana check or something? The goo ball.
Yeah, I was about to.
Sure.
13.
There doesn't seem to be any other like magical essence to this. It obviously wasn't a natural creature. But if you're searching for some kind of like supernatural power source, this probably isn't it.
Okay.
You are thinking maybe that one miner that went missing might have been caught by this thing.
Oh, good.
Is there any like debris or evidence around? How do I assume he died?
I don't know, you don't see any other evidence of that. There are some other gems in the wall here. But looking around, this room's pretty empty.
He could have killed him
I
elsewhere.
wonder
too.
if we could have just blinded him if he lives in the darkness all his life with just a torch.
If the gems are clearly in the wall, can we more easily pick these out?
You can try.
Oh, what the heck, I'll try.
Sure. Yeah, you pick at it for a little bit, and yeah, you're making little scratches in the rock. You'd make some progress if you sat here for a while and worked at it, but it's not they're not going to come loose pretty quick.
Okay.
So you could, but you're gonna
little trip, guys.
yeah. So you could, if you guys
Here,
want
guys, go in here and get.
yeah. If you guys wanted to stop and work at it, mining for a while, you probably could get something, but it's going to take time.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
My kind of
All right.
Are there any more cobalt?
Let's move along around the pit and see kind of where this
I'm leading
leads.
the way. Let's go.
Are you looking out towards the pit, or are you still throwing the monster over the edge?
I'll leave him now, I guess.
You just leave it there.
Does it just dead end right there?
Yeah, if you look out to the pit, yeah, it's kind of just a dead end. You can Dewey can probably see to the other side to the bridge and the waterfall. But
Okay, so we've got to go back around. Yeah. So where did the one cobalt? Do the prints just lead right off the edge? How we were following
if you come back and look,
single set of.
try to follow after your combat, but those prints kind of lead up, kind of like halfway into the middle of this room, and then they just stop.
Squid
Yep.
guy got him.
Yeah.
Oh, and he like completely consumed him. That's terrifying.
Mm.
Okay. No, like Jonathan Bones like fell out of his body. Like
No diary that says "help me."
There's nothing else in this room.
Today, our
Okay.
brains are slowly being extracted.
Okay. Well, let's go.
Onward.
All right, since Dewey has the light, I'm just going to move her token for the moment. You head back south past the bucket lift is still there as you left it. You get down and there is another kind of fork in the tunnel. There's a smaller tunnel heads off to it would be to your left from the way you're walking. It's to the right on the screen.
I would start with that one, just to see if there's anything there. Do the footprints go that way?
Most of the footprints go the other way. There are some that head this way.
Okay. Well, let's just check it out.
But this one seems less trafficked. And yeah, you coming down here for a little bit, it kind of just dead ends. There's some gems in the wall at the end.
All right. So I'd
Exactly.
come back.
Yeah, people are following you, then you'll have to like back up. It's a tighter
Everyone turn
corridor.
around.
And you keep heading down this way. Corridor kind of winds for a bit. It's still heading down. And yeah, it kind of goes for a ways. Until it finally opens up into another room, and you see some kobolds right away. Let's see what's this
Yay.
room. The table and chairs are set up in this area to create a space for the miners to take breaks. On top of the table, two kobolds are poking a giant rat with their javelins to make sure it's dead. The kobolds screech loudly as they notice you. So let's roll for initiative. And I'll get everyone else into the room here. Oh, they said that they were on the table. Didn't have them on the table. And
Is this just a closed off room?
looks like there's more places you can go on the other side.
Oh,
Let me make sure I got the right one. Yeah, okay. Jack, what's your initiative?
2.
2, okay. And Dewey?
11.
11. And Kishesi?
9.
And Earl?
14.
14. Earl, you can actually go first. You see these kobolds on the table as you enter this room. And they see you and screech loudly and turn to attack.
Yay! I'd like to keep one of them alive so maybe we can interrogate it, see if there's anything else here. That's just me.
Yeah, if you guys want to be positioned differently, I just kind of put you down here before we start combat.
I guess I'll move away from Earl. I'll move up and to the left of here, diagonally.
Over here.
Yeah, that'll work.
Come on, I move back a little bit from the table.
Yeah. Watch for the ice knife.
Right? Don't be in the splash zone.
Frozone.
Oh yeah, I told him to not do the thunder attack.
All right, then Earl
I don't
is up.
know.
Okay. Well, I think we should try to keep one at least alive initially, just to see what's kind of going on. See if it can tell us anything.
And kill one, sleep the other.
Or like,
I mean, we can like get it down to 0, like, like unconscious or something,
Okay.
or close. I don't know.
but with that in mind, I will try. I will aim to only get one of them initially, and maybe the other one we can just intimidate. What do y'all think?
I mean, not sure.
I mean, when we're doing attack rolls, we don't have to like attack to kill, right? Like we can do it as
like a non-lethal.
Yeah, usually we just assume monsters will die when they hit 0. But if you want to, as long as they don't go to negative their max, we can say they just went unconscious and you can try to stabilize them.
yeah.
Okay.
So we just do that and we just stabilize one, and then like you can interrogate it if you want. I don't know how much you're going to get from them. The last time I interrogated or intimidated one, it was not very.
Well, in this case, we're in a confined area, so and plus we have 4 of us. It's 4 against 2.
Yeah.
We might have a better chance. So in this case, I'm going to go with. I'm going to use burning hands. It's a dex save here. Am I within 15 of both of the kobolds?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a cone effect, so I think it should only get the kobolds. I hope.
Yeah. So yeah, Earl holds his hands up and basically just shoots flames forth out of his fingertips. So they're gonna have to make a dexterity save trying to dodge these flames. And one of them failed, one of them succeeded. So go ahead and roll your 3d6 fire damage.
5, 3, 9, 6. All right, so 15.
15 damage. Okay. The one on the left just gets burned up. And the one on the right takes half that damage. So that's 7 damage. It was looking kind of rough.
Burned up like at 0 burned up?
Yeah, like there's a charred kobold laying on that table.
Oh, I didn't think it'd be that. Oops.
And it's Dewey's turn.
Okay. I am just going to. So wait. So the one is like charred. I don't need to worry about that one. Yeah. Okay.
It went to
the
negative twice its maximum hit points.
Oops.
Oh, okay. So he's Kirby. I guess I will just do a rapier attack then.
Okay.
And that is a 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that is going to be 5 damage.
5 damage is how many hit points he had left.
There you go. I've maimed him for you.
Yeah, if your goal was to get him out of combat and not kill, then you have succeeded, like on the nose.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's how exact I am. You know, I knew the exact spot to just give him a nice little slice. No, this is years of precision and skill that's been honed. Okay. Am I the one doing some sort of I'm probably have the most sort of persuasion intimidation out of everybody. I'm +7 if it's persuasion and +4 intimidation.
Oh.
So it just depends on what you're wanting to do, like persuade him to tell us something or.
I think I have really good persuasion. Use a.
Is he unconscious right now?
Yes, I'm unconscious right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get up to 7 persuasion.
And I can roll guidance to give anyone a 1d4 for your skill.
Go for it, Dewey. You're a good talker. What do we?
Well,
y'all got.
Yeah. I was gonna say, well, Earl, what do you want to know?
I want to know, from this kobold, are there any other kobolds here? Is there any other creatures we should know about, or any other sabotage that we should know about? And why did they come to this tunnel in the first place?
Yeah, I think why are you here, and how many more are you? Okay.
Yeah, the estimated number was wrong because this is 5. They told us 4.
Well, that monster was separate. They said 4 kobolds.
But the monster ate one.
4 that we. Oh, well, I don't know. How do we? Is someone going to stabilize him?
What does that mean?
Do I smack him
I'll do that.
away?
Hope him with my mate.
Or like 1 hit point with a glaive next to him?
Does someone want to like tie him up to the chair or something like that?
I'll just lay across him. Shell defense. I'll just lay on him and then go into my shell. So just his head is poking out.
So I imagine Jack just walks up and like does this with the other dead things on the table and just brushes them aside, and he just hops up there.
Oh.
Yep, I'll just lay on him.
Okay. Is someone stabilizing him? Like, what do we have to do for that? Is that just like someone needs to do a medicine check or something?
Yeah, go ahead and give him a medicine check.
All right.
Just slap him.
8.
Are you doing it, Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay, I got 12.
I was gonna. I can do that. 15 with me.
So it takes some time. You notice he's not dead yet. He's still breathing, but it takes him a while before he regains conscious. And especially with Jack laying on him, he'll probably wake up and just start like just kind of like moaning like ouch, ouch. And he's squirming, but he's pinned down. He can't do much.
So I like peek over my head, like over the shell, and I'm like, "Hi."
And he's like, you ouch, you ouch. And he's just like squirming.
Oh, that's not me. Ouch. He's ouching you. Sorry about that. We would like to ask you a few questions. Can I just roll like a persuasion roll in general to ask what I want to ask, or?
I could probably just try asking. He's kind of just kind of squirming so far.
What are you doing in here?
We're in the mine.
Why?
Trex led us here.
Correct?
Trex?
Trex, the smart one.
What?
Is he your leader?
He wasn't. He used to speak dragon. Now he speaks human. He knows a lot. He has wings like dragon.
Where is he?
He's in the mine. He says miners want the mine back, but wants something better in return. He wants to be in town where there's food. He says we follow him, he get us food.
So that's all you're here for? There's nothing, you just to get food?
Trex says we can get food if we go to town, and we go to town by taking the mine. He used many words in human.
Offer him food, do we? Take us to Trex.
I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I am curious about this check.
Can we do an insight check to see if we think he's lying?
Sure, make an insight check.
Dirty 20?
He doesn't seem to. He's not like conniving or anything. He just seems to be uncomfortable, and yeah, you don't sense any deception from him.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just constantly like wiggling, but yeah, he's not getting out of there.
Yeah,
All right, so are we letting him die, or?
Oh, God. Do we let him die, or do we ask him to lead us to Trex?
I mean, we have to explore this whole place anyway, so like
And he'll be like, you want to talk to Trex? He's a smart one.
what'd you say, Alyssa?
I was asking, do we know where Trex was based on what he told us? He said he's in the mine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll come across him. He'll be at the very end.
True.
There's a tiny part of me that feels a little bit bad because he apparently he just wants food.
I mean, but they're also like inherently like evil creatures. They were trying to like destroy the bridges and the mine in here.
I know.
So
Just send him loose. We'll follow him, and he'll live to fight another day.
no, we have to kill him. We were told to kill him.
We either have to kill him or like keep him with us and bring him back to town. It's one or the other. Like we have to keep eyes on him, or know he's in like permanently dead.
I mean, we were told to kill them, get rid of the kobolds, and we get 50 gold. So, if you want the 50 gold, I don't trust this thing. Like this thing is just instinctually an evil creature that
he's
just
defenseless.
I mean, we were ready to kill him, but we just wanted to ask some questions. He's not defenseless. He'll like attack us the second like he gets a chance, or do something else to like hurt the mine. Like if they cut off the bridge, like we have no way to get out of here.
Let's just tie him up and take him with us.
So you're tying him up.
Well, I'm trying to convince my party to do so.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's gonna have to like die. Like
Yeah, but you know,
Regardless, if we kill him now. We have him.
he has 1 hit point. How hard could it be down the road?
if he uses his 1 hit point and saws off the bridge, yeah, that's gonna be tough.
He won't do that. Just give him.
We don't know that two of his buddies did.
How is the paladin not wanting to like kill this evil creature that's in front of him?
Is he? I mean,
Do we sense? How about this? Do we even sense whether this guy is evil, or he's?
So far, you're not sure. I don't think you haven't done another defined sense, have you?
Do we want?
no. Okay. You want me to do it?
You're the only one
Yeah.
that can.
All right. I'll wave my hands around. Yeah, he's all right. All right. Let's tie him up.
You said you really like get up and let him move again.
I'm gonna try to if my party is just there.
Okay. Yeah, he's weary
I
enough
don't
that
think
he can't get away once you get up.
All right. I'll tie his legs just so he can take short steps. Tie his arms, and then hold on to the end of the rope there. Do we give him a tundra cake?
What?
No.
Show us Trex. We'll give you the cakes. She'll give you a pinch of her cake.
You're like, yes, cake. Give him cake.
We We can find tracks on our own. We don't need this thing. He doesn't even know where he is. He's in the mine, and we're in the mine. So we're in the mine. We'll find him in the mine. We're going through the mine.
Lead the way. I give him a pinch of tundra cake from my own pack.
And he'll quickly eat it.
All right. Start walking.
Dewey's annoyed and marching down like the far path.
I start heading that way and then look back. Y'all coming?
So Dewey's going on ahead, and Jack is kind of leading the kobold in front of him. He's moving pretty slow because he's partially tied up. And Earl and Shezzy are behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Dewey first comes to kind of another fork in the passage, and you see the passage to the west is kind of blocked by a cart.
Is this the thing the guy was saying about a cart down a path or something? What was that thing he was saying? That was like the uncharted area?
He said that was further like in the third level, across the pit.
Okay. I will pull the cart kind of like out so I can slide past that kind of south.
Yeah, you can kind of climb over it, and you see there's a dead end back there.
Okay, great. All right, so then on to the next path.
All right, you head to the north path, and this is sloping down pretty steeply until you get to another fork. One goes north, and one goes west.
All right. I asked the kobold which way.
You're coming in pretty slow behind, so
I go west.
and the kobolds will basically just be following Dewey. Again, similar dead end. You see once you get around the corner there.
Great. So when I see that, I will turn back to go to the north.
Okay. You head up, and it sharply curves left and curves right again, and it's heading further downward as you go. And comes across to another turn heading east. Comes around, you found the pit again with another bridge across it.
Yay.
Okay.
And you can see the bridge you came across earlier high above you.
Okay. I'll wait till everyone catches up with me.
Okay. So what you can see while you're waiting here, there's this bridge that goes to another tunnel across from you. And about halfway across this bridge, you can see a rope and pulley system connecting. So basically from about here, there is a rope suspending over to this bridge over here.
Okay.
Oh, so would that be like the third level down there, maybe?
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna go ahead while I'm waiting, check to see if there is anyone underneath trying to sabotage this bridge.
Make a perception check.
That is gonna be a 14.
Yeah, holding on quite tightly, you lean over the edge and look underneath. You don't see anyone.
Okay.
And I can read, this tunnel's downward slope ends where it opens into the center shaft. A wooden walkway extends from this opening and then runs westward to another tunnel in the rock. In front of you, a large bucket like the one you saw earlier dangles from a taut rope that stretches southward across the shaft and is connected to another wooden platform. And otherwise, looking down, you just see darkness. And it's kind of interesting just watching the waterfall from here. Just kind of the water droplets like separate and kind of just turn into mist and into nothing.
Can I ask the kobold how many of his friends are here with him?
He would say many numbers.
How long have you been here working with Trex?
Days, nights.
What kind of work were you doing?
Just I don't know. He doesn't really. You get that he doesn't speak common super well.
What does he speak?
And yeah, if you let me see. When he goes into his natural language, which he does occasionally, none of you understand it.
Does he have a scarf?
He does not. He does kind of have like a coat.
Question. If I use Channel Divinity Knowledge of Ages and it says I can gain proficiency with any skill or tool, does that include knowing a language for 10 minutes?
I don't think so.
Okay. So we basically, like, on this bridge, we've got a rope and pulley and a bucket that will get us to the lower level.
Yeah, basically there's like a rope dangling across the pit that you could pull. There's a bucket suspended from that, so you could like pull yourself across.
Okay.
And there's another bridge on the other side. Otherwise, this bridge leads, there's another tunnel on the other end of this bridge. And then there's a bridge across from you that leads to a tunnel.
Okay.
But yeah, I can say everyone's caught up to Dewey.
If everyone's there, then I'll turn across the bridge.
Okay.
Can I ask the kobold if this is the way to Trex?
Yeah, and he'll once you get to the bridge, he'll point. Yeah, Trek's in there. Trek's in there. So, Dewey, are you just walking across into the tunnel beyond?
Yeah.
Okay. Is everyone else following?
Yeah.
Okay, all the tokens. Very well in here. This is another pretty narrow tunnel. Okay. Should leave Earl in here. All right. And you come back down here. The tunnel splits a few different ways, but you see there's like shallow tunnels that dead end each one until you kind of get to the end here, and you see three kobolds Lurking in this dusty tunnel are 3 skittish kobolds. One of them carries a threadbare satchel and wears a fake pair of dragon wings made of thin wood and tattered white cloth. This kobold immediately raises its hands in surrender, saying in common, "We mean you no harm. Please don't hurt us."
He's speaking quite well compared to the other kobold.
Yeah, and he'll step forward just a little bit, and the other ones are kind of just like cowering down behind him.
Have they seen my friend here?
Yeah, and the one with you would be like, "There, Trex. There's Trex."
Oh. So, let me check my notes here.
And so he's standing there. He still has his hands raised in surrender. They're like, what brings you into this mine?
I mean, we were about to ask you the same thing.
Well, are you from the town?
We're not from the town, but we were sent by the town.
Excellent. Okay. See, the everlasting winter has made the wilderness just unsafe for my kind, and the preternatural cold dulls our wits. Please, we would implore, we only want a place to stay, so we can keep out of this horrible weather. We can work, we won't cause trouble. Tourmaline would be richer for having us. We would like to make a deal to come stay in the settlement.
Can I do an insight check?
Yes.
This sounds super.
I'm immediately going to call him out on not causing trouble. We just saw 2 of your kind trying to cut the bridge.
Insight check with the +5 is 17.
It feels like he's lying about something, and the whole thing about this kobold speaking like in perfect common and being kind of polite about it is really strange. But yeah, he's also hiding something. Like, well, we needed some kind of collateral to get people to have the conversation that we're having now. Otherwise, as kobolds, we tend to get attacked and thrown out of town immediately. We needed some way to get their attention. We want to make a bargain. We don't want to harm anyone. We just want to survive, which we cannot do out in the wilderness.
Destroying a bridge that could hurt people is a way to get on people's good side.
Keep the town away. They're just going to hurt them. So what would you have to offer the town to negotiate?
So we can do work. We will happily make our keep. Anything they would have us. So they need labor. They need servants. We don't ask for much. We just want to survive and be out of the winter.
Did you come across anything out of the ordinary down here? We'd be willing to talk to them for you.
Out of the ordinary in what way? It is a gem mine. We've seen some gems.
Have you tried your hand at mining?
Not as of yet, but if that is something that the town would like us to work on, I'm sure we could be of help.
What do you do for food down here?
So far, we have taken to some of the rats. Other vermin have made their way down. It's not the best fare, but it is filling.
Oh, we have some just up the trail on ice.
Jack, don't trust this guy. There's something off about him. Like,
now, I'm being cordial.
can I cast? Wait. Can I cast Zone of Truth on this guy?
Yeah, you can cast it on an area.
I was about to myself, if you weren't.
Yeah. All right. Earl just says, I can't shake this. Zone of Truth on Trex here. Unfortunately, it's a charisma saving of 13, so say about that.
Okay.
Uh, how wide is the zone?
The zone is okay. Deception is 15-foot radius.
15-foot radius. So are you basically casting around those 3 kobolds at the back?
Yes, plus Trex.
Yeah, so just those 3. So they all failed the save.
Oh, great. So can I ask each individual a question, or is it just one question, all 3 have to answer it?
So he is aware of the spell. And so he'll be like, I see that I cannot get away with my deception.
Yeah.
My name is not Trex. My name is Janth.
Jath?
Janth Alawar. I am a human, and I believe I have passed away. It was a yeti in the foothills of Calvin's Cairn 2 years ago.
Ooh.
My spirit has lingered, and kobolds happened upon the area where I died, and somehow my consciousness recognized this, and I found I was able to easily take control of this one.
Oh.
Being, I'll say, intellectually gifted compared to the brethren here, I was able to easily lead them and convince them to seek out a better life. In which case we came here and tried to make this plan to get more acceptance into the town.
I knew something was about you different.
So is this like a spirit or like a ghost inhabiting this like kobold with fake wings?
And yeah, if you're just asking that, like,
It wasn't the wings.
that's what it seems to be. I don't know the situation far more than you know.
Why are you still tied here? Is there something keeping you here, like a quest, an amulet, a possession, a purpose?
He seems like kind of lost in thought for a moment.
Is he doing anything unusual, like fiddling with something, or like looking? Or
Make an insight check.
okay. 18.
He does have his hand on a satchel around his waist.
And I'll make a comment. What's in the satchel?
Oh, this was just bits and pieces of stuff I studied. There's some plants and clippings and moss. Nothing of value.
Jackie, you can ask about your fungus.
That's what I was gonna say. Have you ever come across any cold fungus in these caves? Or we strike up a conversation about plants?
Yeah, he's like, not here so much, but I've heard of similar funguses that are fungi, if you will, that are enjoy the cold climate.
I show him my fungus notes.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could go off into a conversation about that would run out the duration of Zone of Truth, I think.
Is he still fiddling with his with the satchel at this point? Is he like fixed on it or anything? Or
Not too much. I think with your insight roll, you notice like when you asked him about what was keeping him here, that's kind of what he didn't say anything, but he kind of like he like touched that. So it was like just checking it.
oh, okay. So like maybe I could intuit that there's something about the satchel or something in either important or
It's kind of what you get a feeling that there could be something. This is what you noticed.
okay.
Did I already divine sense him?
You did not.
I don't think I did. Okay. Divine sense.
Yeah, you notice a strong undead presence from him and Earl, as long as the fiendish essence from Earl.
Mhm.
Yeah, the undead essence feels very similar with this person, and also you are not. You are sensing a very weak evil essence from him, but not from the other kobolds.
Hmm.
He is something from his, human days. Thinking to myself, I guess. Got anything to trade down here?
We have only what we came in with. And so yeah, after everyone's like, so how about it? Will you talk with the town with us, for us, and see if we can come to an arrangement to exit this existence here at the bottom of this cave and live among the civilized people.
I'll look to the others and see and try to determine how they feel about it.
Earl's kind of going like,
Here's the thing. I get it. We're human. You seem, sophisticated, whatever. Your other, like you don't really have control over everyone else here. Kobolds aren't really someone to be trusted. We don't. I think we don't have any real sway in the town to be able to do anything. We were brought here to clear you guys out of the mine.
Well, you can deliver our message. We will leave voluntarily if we are given some position or some shelter.
Would you rather us try to get somebody to help you with your situation of being trapped in this body? Or would you rather just exist in peace as you are now?
I would rather one thing at a time. I would first like to be out of this dark cave.
So why were your friends cutting the bridge?
That was just an assurance policy, something to give us bargaining power. To try to hold on something valuable so that we have some leverage in our position.
To keep them from coming in? Or to mess up their operation?
Yes, we will gladly return this mine to them in exchange for our freedom in the town.
Okay, so you really just want housing in the town and fair work?
Yes, that is all.
Is this like, do I know where Jack's brain is going?
I think I do.
oh,
The Jack wants to hire them at our inn or some something like that. Is that where Jack's
Kobolds are
going with
one
this?
thing. This possessed guy is another. Like I don't trust this possessed guy. As far as I can throw him.
And if he hears any of this conversation, you don't have to worry about them. They will follow my instructions. They've shown their loyalty to me.
That's true.
And I whispered to at this point I'm trying to whisper to everybody. The kobolds I'm not concerned about. That guy I am.
I mean, I don't trust any of it, so.
I think that guy has to go, because he's basically saying these kobolds are good as long as they do as what I say. He's pulling strings here. There's a evilish presence. He's an inhabited ghost. I don't trust him.
And you'll hear the other kobolds will be like, Trek's good. Trek's keep us safe. Trek's bring us food. He promised.
Yeah, I mean, even though I'm talking to him, I still think we don't got enough evidence. Maybe we should go along and then see how he ends up. I mean, you can't just kill him just, based on your gut here.
Kill him based on we were hired to do it.
Yeah, but they don't know. There's a misunderstanding.
To that 50 gold. Say bye to that 50 gold, Jack.
I was gonna say I'm more so kind of
Innocent people.
Jack has morals right now.
And yeah, if you're just having this conversation about wanting to kill him right in front of him.
No, that's why I'm whispering it to them.
You're like in a tiny little cave. There needs to be no need for bloodshed or violence. We can come to an accord.
All right. While we're talking, I cut the kobold loose.
How many of you are there?
At this second?
Well, it's 4, right? It's a 3 and then
How many?
Treks.
I'm asking him how many total there are in case there's any elsewhere.
Altogether, 8 of us came into the mines. I haven't seen some of them in some time. I believe they've been exploring, searching for food.
So there's still one more unaccounted for? Or was that possibly eaten by the jelly brain? 2 fell down the pit, 1's charred in the other room, and then 1 more.
4 gone.
Can I try something? I've got a 2nd level spell called Augury that basically says that the way that I'm reading it, I can get an omen, like if we take a specific course of action, whether it's going to be good, bad, or neutral. Am I reading that correctly?
See, let's read what Augury does. And I also know it's getting kind of late. If you guys want to end here, we can.
You can just tell them that the jellyfish got the other 4. And then go from there.
Here's Augury. Receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. So you can get an omen of some kind.
Yeah, like leaving him alive or not? Is that the...
Yeah, it basically, if we keep him alive and bring him to town, as he says, will that be bad?
So in this case, you need some kind of focus for the spell that we haven't established previously that you had purchased one, but we can say that since you have the spell, we can say that you would have purchased one, and we can retroactively apply it. So basically, it'll cost you 25 gold pieces to get the item that you're using, and it gives you an example of you could have certain sticks that you throw, or like rolling dice or dragon bones, or having like cards, or what kind of divining tool do you have?
Just drop these torches.
I'd like to think it would be like a token that Elbrak would have given me.
Hmm.
Or something similar to that.
Okay.
Okay. If I put out this, or I'm gonna say like a horn that Quillbark would have given me, and I ask if we keep this Jonah alive and bring him to town, as we say, as he asks, will the town suffer as a direct result of this action?
Okay. So you have like a kind of like a ram's horn that has painting on different sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say you spin it. And it spins for a moment and it lands on the side down, so the darker side is up, showing a bad omen.
Aha!
That course of action will bring woe.
And I just look at Jack and I'm like, good enough, buddy?
Okay. Um,
And he literally says it just like that.
very disappointing.
It was like an Eeyore, like. Okay.
Okay. Can I retroactively add that like horn to my inventory?
Yeah.
What should I call it?
Divining horn.
Okay.
We're on it.
I don't know if Jack would attack him right then or not.
Janth will be like, well, I see my destiny has been decided by a spin of a horn. So what is to become of us if not to be returned to the town?
I mean, Dewey's like over it at this point because she's just wanted to like go ahead and just like get rid of them. Like I've had my rapier out this whole time because I haven't trusted the fact that we've done this. I just like stab him.
Okay.
As soon as he's done
Right.
talking, she just stabs him.
Right as you
I don't
move
know.
to do that, do we make a charisma saving throw?
Oh, yeah. In my sleep. Yeah, that's a 23.
Yeah, it's unlucky that you were the one that he did that to. So nothing happens. We'll pick up next week with rolling initiative.
Oh!
All right.
But yeah, you found kobolds being led by a ghost at the bottom of this mine.
Perfect.
All right, we'll pick up there next time. And thanks to everyone who's been watching. Bye.